I always want to begin talking right as you press
I know.
record, but then I'm like, no, let it get settled.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, do we have any announcements?
Other than the fact that we filmed this video yesterday, Shane?
Yesterday was a frustrating day in our YouTube world.
Yeah, that's the first time that's happened.
It is,
that
which
we filmed a video and it has not been usable.
we've already passed our 2-year anniversary.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, huh?
No, the 26th is when we posted.
Really? Of
Yeah.
June?
Yeah, of June.
Oh, okay.
That was when we posted. We started filming 2 years ago,
Right.
but it took us like 3 weeks to post our first video.
Alright, so we're almost at our 2-year mark of being YouTubers. And we've never had to completely, like, scrap a video that we filmed.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it happened for the first time.
Yep. Well, also our standards have raised. In the past, we have posted videos. So the problem with this one was wind. We filmed outside, we played it back, and it was just like...
The whole video was...
The wind was horrible.
And we were so angry that we almost used it.
Yeah.
But this is like an important video.
Yeah.
And we figured...
We wanted to be professional.
We wanted to avoid all of you not listening to the video because of the wind. So.
Yes. So here we are. We were going to film again yesterday, but it was just... Like halfway through the video, we had moved inside because of the wind. Like it was a whole big deal.
Yeah.
And then like 2 hours later, we go to watch it and it's not usable. So we just decided to put it off until today.
Also, for everyone that's going to tell us to get a mic that has like a wind guard, we know. We have a mic. It hasn't worked for the last like year.
Yeah.
And I think out of principle, we're just not getting another one because we're angry that the first mic didn't work.
It's kind of funny. Like we don't have a microphone. So right now we're just filming with our camera. And I feel like most YouTubers would have like
a
microphone on the camera, but we don't. We literally are just using our camera and the microphone built into it. So we should buy microphones.
We need to be better YouTubers. I vow from now on I will be a better YouTuber. Okay, today's video is actually good news, even though the title might not imply that.
Yeah.
So let's jump in.
Nope. So I think all of you know this, but just in case you're new, Shane was born with a disease called Spinal Muscular Atrophy. That's very important background information for what we're going to talk about. We don't start every video that way.
I can't walk. So actually, to prove it to you, I'm going to attempt to walk right now, okay? Ready? Nothing. There's the legs didn't even twitch. Can't walk.
Okay.
I've never been able to
well,
walk.
move on past that point, Shane. There's more.
Let's give them a quick background about everything that's been going on with my disease and my treatment.
Great.
So that people that don't know can follow along.
Quick.
Yeah.
Quick
facts.
recap.
Fire away, Hannah.
I'm doing the recap.
Give them the facts.
Okay.
Tell them about what my disease does to me.
I am. That's where I'm beginning.
Tell them about how it just
ravages
my body.
So SMA is a progressive neuromuscular disease. So basically,
I love hearing you say that.
Basically, Shane gets weaker as he gets older, and that is because his motor neurons don't have a protein that they need to survive. So his motor neurons die, and once your motor neuron dies, you can no longer move that muscle, and then the muscle just withers away.
Atrophies. Yes.
Atrophies. Spinal muscular atrophy. Yep.
Yeah, so I have lived my entire life, most of my life, with the knowledge that as I get older, I will lose more and more function. And that it goes for every voluntary muscle in my body, like my hands, obviously, my arms, but it affects other functions like breathing as well, because when you think about it, you use muscles in your chest to breathe and cough, and that's why most people with SMA have to really worry about respiratory illness as they get older. And unfortunately, many of them, until recently, pass away early in life because of respiratory illnesses.
Yep.
Fun.
So three-ish years ago, around three and a half.
3 or 4, yeah.
3.5 years ago,
yeah.
The FDA approved the first ever treatment for Shane's disease, and it was called Spinraza.
Yep, we've made videos about it. It was a big,
huge.
Big development in my life and the SMA world.
Yeah, and so Spinraza is a every 4-month spinal injection. And Shane gets his in the side of his neck to access his spinal cord behind his neck spine.
It is a
cervical spine.
gruesome procedure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's relatively...
It's a long needle to reach your spine.
Like, I'm not sedated or anything, but it's not fun. They hit nerves. Yeah. There's all kinds of, like, possible complications.
Yeah.
So,
well, remember when you got your first ever one and they had to, like, you know, when you get a procedure done, they have to tell you, like, oh, this is the risks, whatever. Mm-hmm. Shane's doctor came in and he was like, this is how I like to describe the risks. It's like when you get on an airplane. Most of the time, the flight is going to be just fine. But if something goes wrong on the flight and you go down, it's going to be really catastrophic. And we were just like,
and then he was like, so let me know. Do you want to go ahead with the procedure?
Yeah.
I was like, and I have to do this every 4 months,
and then
forever.
That was the first ever one, and at the beginning of it, you have to do loading doses, so it was every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and it was just like, do you want to get on this airplane every 2 weeks?
So, I mean, all that kind of aside, Spinraza has been helpful for me, and for many people that live with SMA. I've been on it for about 2 years. 2 years
now.
2.5 years now. You all know I've been gaining back some strength. I feel stronger than I ever have. And the coolest part of a drug like Spinraza is that it stops me from getting weaker as I get older. So all those fears about, you know, not being as physically
able to breathe,
yeah. 10 years down the road are now a thing of the past. Great development. Recently, I've been having issues with my Spinraza injection.
Yeah, so Shane has been getting his injections here in Minnesota at one hospital. I don't know, you've done like 7 of them there? Like a lot.
Yeah.
And it's been going wonderfully. We loved that hospital. It's Gillette. I don't know why it's Regions. I don't know why I'm keeping it a secret.
Gillette, yeah.
Anyway, we recently found out like 4 months ago, about 4 months ago, that Shane could no longer get his Spinraza injections there. So we had to switch to the Mayo Clinic, which is far from our house, but obviously a well-known hospital. We were like, okay, this is fine. So we went there for the first, establishing care visit. And that was right before the coronavirus happened. And we went there for that visit, and then like the next week they called and they were like, we're canceling.
We're shutting it down.
Yeah.
So the Mayo Clinic put all elective procedures on hold due to the virus, which makes sense. But I began, as you know, to get later and later on my injection.
Yeah.
And that physically was very difficult because I now rely on that synthetic DNA to keep my strength where it is.
Yeah, and then once you're 2 months late on your injection, it has like a half-life of 6 months or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So once you're 2 months late on your injection, you're supposed to get it every 4 months. You have to start over and get the loading doses again. 1, that's horrible. And 2, insurance would not have approved that. Like, I cannot imagine insurance, because the doses, if you don't know, are $125,000 each. So for us to be like, well, we missed it, can we start over? They would be like, no.
It was just this whole big mess. Many of you have been commenting, asking, like, you know, is Shane doing okay? He seems a bit weaker. And you were very right about that. I have been feeling extremely weak. It's been very frustrating.
4 months.
3 or 4 months. For a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
But the Spinraza complications were a big one. Yeah. And then we had an idea.
We have been aware of another drug for SMA that is coming through FDA approval right now. And it was supposed to be approved in mid-May, and that was pushed back because they submitted new data, and I don't know if the FDA is like behind because of coronavirus, but they pushed it to August. And that was upsetting because Shane was sort of relying on that coming because Spinraza was no longer happening.
Yeah, this new drug called Risdiplam is an oral option for SMA treatment. And it's a once-a-day liquid. Yeah. And I was so excited because I knew approval was coming, or I suspected that approval was coming in May. And I was like, well, I can get to May. Yeah. And then they announced that they're pushing it back. I was like, oh man, like, I can make it to August, but I'm gonna be so, like, I just don't have function right now, or I didn't. So, we looked into it a bit more, and we discovered what is called an expanded access program. I think in Europe and other countries, they might call it compassionate access.
Yeah.
It's basically giving patients access to a drug prior to FDA approval when it's their only option, and when their care team can prove that this is like, they need it, you know?
Yeah. So Shane talked to his neurologist, and his neurologist was like, that's a great idea. Like, the studies look wonderful on this drug. Like, I think it would be great. So he applied. He sent in the application for Shane. Shane had to get a blood test and an EKG before, and the EKG was like the longest part of this day. The guy came in and was like, oh my gosh, like, this will take 30 seconds. Hold on, hang in there, like 1 second.
This is the thumbnail that you see.
Yeah. And those sticky things that you see on Shane's chest, for some reason, Shane's skin repels sticky objects.
I have baby smooth skin, and nothing adheres to it.
I don't know why, but
it's not wet.
He could not get it to stick, and it took like 15 minutes, and this guy at the end was like, oh my god.
It was like playing whack-a-mole. Like, he would put on 11, and then the 12th would fall off. He'd put that on, another would fall off.
Oh, it was so frustrating to watch.
I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to apply for the early expanded access because I couldn't get the stupid EKG. But finally, we got a successful test. So we applied, and it was a long process of waiting. Although, I say long because I felt like tired and every day felt long, but all things considered,
it was 3 weeks.
I was approved in 3 weeks.
And you received the drug in 3 weeks from applying. And like, going back to Spinraza, it took 9 months to get insurance approval from when Shane first submitted for it to when he was approved to get the drug.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, this didn't have to go through insurance, which is why it was so quick. It was just the doctor being like, can we have this? And the drug company was like, yep. And then they sent it. So that was amazing.
Yeah. So I was approved for Risdiplam, and it arrived. My first order arrived last week on Thursday. So today's Sunday. Well, it's been about a week. Over a week. Hannah's been giving it to me with a little syringe in my mouth. That syringe sounds like a needle.
It is, though.
It's a, like what you used to give a kid medicine. I do the baby bird, and I go, she squirts it in my mouth. It tastes really good.
Oh god. It smells really good. Every time I squirt it into the syringe, I like want to try it a little bit.
And the fact that it tastes good, it's strawberry flavored, is like icing on the cake that it's not a spinal injection.
Yeah, in like the 3 months or the 3 weeks leading up to the approval, though, you were like, what if I throw up and gag every time I try it? Like, you were expecting the worst.
That would still be better than a spinal injection.
Yeah.
And I was like preparing myself, like, I'm gonna just gag this down, like I'll get through it every day. And then it tastes like a dessert. Like, she gives me
melted
a little
icy is what he says.
And I'm like, more please.
Oh my god.
It's really good.
That's great.
The physical changes so far have been very gradual. I think that's to be expected with a daily smaller dosage compared to Spinraza.
Yeah. Giant injection in your spine.
I do not feel the overwhelming sense of tiredness anymore. Yay! I was hoping you might clap for me. Yay! I feel like I am chewing and swallowing with more gusto.
Yeah, you said that like 3 days in.
Mm-hmm.
You really felt a difference.
So yeah, right now during the expanded access, I'm receiving the drug outside of insurance. When that all becomes approved by the FDA, if it becomes approved, I will have to apply for it through my insurance, which might be an obstacle, but honestly, I think that it will be priced to be competitive with other available treatments, and so I would hope that my insurance would pay for it.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge down the road.
So yeah, we're pretty surprised. I mean, like when you started Spinraza, we really thought it was going to be a part of our lives forever. It was so big, and like all of you know about it. We get so many comments like, how's Spinraza going? Like it's such a part of our lives, and so it's really strange for it to not be anymore.
It feels like a chapter of my life closing.
Yeah.
And a new one opening.
Okay.
But yeah, I always assumed it would be kind of something we had to do forever.
Yeah.
Going for spinal injections was like, it complicated our plans.
Yeah, it was really hard if we heard about a conference in August and we would count 4 months from Shane's injection and be like, your injection's in August, but they don't schedule it until about 2 weeks before. Like, do you think we can do it? Is it the beginning of August? It was just hard to balance that and make sure we're there for it. And we never really knew when exactly it would be. So this is nice that we can take the medicine with us. They can probably ship it to wherever we are. I mean, I don't know why they would ship it. We have like 6 weeks worth. But
yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's all, things are really good. And I know the title says I was stopping my treatment, and I am stopping one of the treatments.
Yeah.
We made that title so that you would watch this.
Oh
Obviously, I'm not going to lie about that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because I want you to know that now I'm starting Risdiplam, and I'm really excited. It seems to be working well. And yeah.
We'll keep you updated.
If I'm able to walk, I will let you know as soon as the feet slip. Wait a minute. My foot's moving.
Shane, your foot has always been able to move.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.